Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 17th. Here's what we're working on.
I'm Simone Gavros reporting live from Upper Ottawa Street in Hamilton. Drivers in the city could soon see more speed cameras on the roads. I'll have those details coming up.
Oh, thank you. I love you, Mama. Oh, thank you. Where do you live?
Hamilton police trying to identify a woman after a distraction theft was caught on a doorbell camera.
Gando, plenty of time. Jason Gando off the post and in.
And Forge FC's run in the Canadian Championship has come to an end.
Thanks so much for joining us. There's no end in sight to the sunshine that we're going to see, but it's about an hour before we see that sun just peeking up again.
Yeah. It was 6:01 right now. 7:01 this morning is sunrise. So, yeah, I almost said we lose another 3 minutes of daylight today, and somebody won't like that. But yeah, we will see the sunshine today. Yay! Another bright sunny day. Even a little bit warmer for the day today. Yesterday 24, today 25, and then you factor in the humidity. It's going to feel like about 30 for the day today, so a little bit warmer today. Oh yeah, tomorrow will be warmer still. We'll have humidex values into the mid-30s tomorrow, and we're going to get more sun. The sun's going to continue into the weekend. So looking beautiful. We're sitting at 13 degrees. Skies are clear right now. Lovely start to our morning, if a little on the dark side still. We'll talk about the forecast coming up. Looking at traffic, 403 Waterdown Road. Start with our exclusive camera, doing fine as usual this time of the morning. Not a lot going on there. To our MTO traffic cameras, just give you a few. Millen Road, Stony Creek is pretty light volume through there. Top of the Burlington Skyway, you can start to see some brake lights coming on as you head down toward Burlington. And then east of 4th, Burlington to Oakville corridor, doing fine. So we'll look at weather and we'll look at the forecast in detail. We'll look at traffic as well coming up. Right now, the news.
Okay, speaking of traffic, more speed cameras could be coming to Hamilton this year as the city tries to get drivers to slow down. Simone Gavros joins us from one speed camera location on Hamilton's East Mountain. Good morning.
Good morning, Annette. The city is planning to double the amount of speed cameras across Hamilton from 4 to 8 if this is approved in a city council meeting later this morning. Now, it was approved earlier at a committee meeting earlier this month, but it just needs to be ratified today. Now, there are 4 speed cameras across the city that are operational. There's this one here on Upper Ottawa. There's also one in Ancaster on Panabaker Drive, one on Carson Drive on the mountain, and Lawrence Road. But these cameras rotate every couple months. So the incoming ones will be on Highway 52 and Golf Club Road. Now, the new cameras will cost more than $500,000, but they're expected to bring in roughly $375,000 a year in fines. The speed cameras have been a point of contention for some after many cameras were vandalized in the past, with either being spray painted on the camera lens, being pushed over, or simply being cut down. Premier Doug Ford reiterated his thoughts on speed cameras yesterday, saying they are nothing but a cash grab, and he intends to get rid of them.
When they talk to me privately, they come out and they tell me straight out, well, it's not about that. We need the money, and we're going to put it towards, roads and this and that. So if you want to slow down traffic, especially people that aren't in the neighborhood and they drive by, they don't know there's a speed camera there, so they really aren't slowing down. But we'll get them to slow down, but we'll work with them too.
How are you going to get them to slow down?
Very simple. There's different methodologies. You do the little circles, you do the speed bumps, you do the flashing signs.
Is that going to cost more money?
Well, something that's going to save the taxpayers money, because when you give out over 30,000 tickets in a 3-month period and they're raising hundreds of millions of dollars off the taxpayers, it's not fair.
Now, the city of Hamilton says that every dollar that's generated from the speed cameras are reinvested into road safety. Rick, back over to you.
Thank you, Simone. Still on Hamilton streets, a cyclist has been hit by a car near the Link. Hamilton police say it happened at around 8 last night on Garth Street at the Lincoln Alexander Parkway overpass. The roads have since reopened. No further details have been shared, and police are asking anyone with dash cam footage to come forward.
A distraction theft targeting a senior at a home in Flamborough has been caught on camera.
Oh, thank you. I I love you, Mama. Oh, thank you. Where do you live?
Hamilton police say this happened a week ago Monday around 3:30 in the afternoon. A woman rang a doorbell, embraced the woman who answered the door, and put a piece of costume jewelry on her while stealing her gold necklace. The woman police are looking for is about 5'7" with a medium build. She was seen leaving in a dark vehicle with possible damage to the front of the car. Police say distraction thefts are on the rise in Hamilton. There were 43 cases already reported this year.
The town of Oakville is expected in court today over the demolition of a heritage home. A few weeks ago, the town issued a stop work order on the property on Lakeshore Road East, south of Winston Churchill Boulevard. Behind the fence is what's left of a house built in the 1830s. This is a video from a real estate listing about 4 years ago when the property sold for $7.6 million. Hamilton developer Dennis Vranich is listed as a director of the company that owns it. The charges filed by the town includes demolition of a building without a building permit and demolition of a designated heritage property without consent. In a statement, the town of Oakville says it's committed to ensuring property owners understand the serious legal consequences of unauthorized demolitions.
A first-degree murder trial of 2 women accused in the death of a 12-year-old boy continues in Milton. The boy died in a Burlington home days before Christmas in 2022. Brandy Cooney of Hamilton and Becky Hamber of Burlington have pleaded not guilty to murder, forcible confinement, assault with a weapon, and failing to provide the necessaries of life. A publications ban is in place to protect the surviving younger brother's identity. The boy's former foster mother has testified, saying that she looked after the brothers for almost 5 years and warned Children's Aid, as well as the 2 accused, that the siblings need specialized support. She described the older brother as being bright but prone to violent outbursts. The witness said her warnings were ignored by Cooney and Hamber. She told the court the boys were still just children and insisted that if they had been adopted by another family, she believes the boy would still be alive. Chrystia Freeland is getting ready for a new role on the world stage. Appointed by Prime Minister Mark Carney as Canada's special envoy for the reconstruction of Ukraine. Carney described the former Minister of Finance and Foreign Affairs Minister as an intelligent, principled leader with deep relationships and understanding of Ukraine and its economy. Freeland has been one of the most prominent government advocates internationally for Ukraine, pushing for the idea of seizing and forfeiting Russia's financial holdings in Western nations. The first federal budget under Prime Minister Mark Carney is going to be tabled November 4th. In recent weeks, Carney has announced a number of big-ticket spending items, including billions in new infrastructure and defense. The minority Liberal government would need the support of at least one other party for the budget to pass in the fall session of Parliament. The November tabling date is months later than when the budget typically arrives. The United States is formally launching a review of the Canada-U.S.-Mexico Trade Pact, or CUSMA, as growing friction over tariffs and trade policy continues to place pressure on the trade deal. CUSMA has shielded Canadian and Mexican goods from some of Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs, but separate duties on steel, aluminum, copper, and autos continue to hit Canada hard. Our government is pushing for a bilateral deal to ease those pressures, but officials warn of uncertainty over tariffs and trade rules. Prime Minister Mark Carney is going to head to Mexico tomorrow to meet with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum ahead of the CUSMA talks.
Turning to Sportsline, Forge FC's run in the Canadian Championship came to a screeching halt in Vancouver.
Gando, plenty of time. Jason Gando off the post and in. No problem. Jason Gando in the number 10 with a millimeter perfect strike. Slowing things down.
Vancouver Whitecaps are headed back to the Canadian Championship final, that is, for the 4th year in a row after they blasted Hamilton's Forge FC 4-0. The 3-time defending Canadian champs won the 2-leg semifinal showdown 6-2 on aggregate. Whitecaps will host the final on October 1st against either Atletico Ottawa or Vancouver FC, who will meet tomorrow night in the nation's capital. Well, the Blue Jays have nailed down their 6th win in a row.
Drive to deep right, and there's There's no doubt about this one.
Joey Loperfido's solo home run in the 5th inning turned out to be the winning run as Toronto clipped the Tampa Bay Rays 6-5. Nathan Lucas also homered, confirmed by video review. George Springer had 3 hits and 2 RBI, and Jeff Hoffman struck out 2 in the 9th to earn his 31st save of the season. The Rays have lost 9 of their last 11. They're now 9.5 games back of Houston for the last wildcard playoff spot with 11 games to go. Jays shortstop Bo Bichette is going to miss the rest of the regular season with a sprained left knee, but the team hopes to get him back for the playoffs. Bichette has been sidelined since September 6th and flew to Dallas on Monday for a second opinion on his injury, which matched the first. A sprained knee, no structural damage, and no surgery required. The 27-year-old leads the majors with 181 hits and 44 doubles this season. With 2 mighty swings of the bat, Mariner slugger Cal Raleigh has etched his name in the record book.
Blasted, center field, and oh, it disappears! He has homered on back-to-back pitches seen tonight.
Raleigh hit home runs in consecutive at-bats to power Seattle to a 12-6 win over Kansas City last night. His 55th long ball broke Mickey Mantle's record for home runs by a switch hitter, and his 56th tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most dingers in one season by a Mariners player. Meantime, Shohei Ohtani pitched 5 hitless innings and crushed his 50th home run of the season, but his Dodgers blew a 4-0 lead and lost 9-6 to the Phillies. It's the second year in a row in which the Japanese sensation has reached the 50-homer plateau. Here's some encouraging news for the Ticats. Kick returner Isaiah Wooden Sr. was in full equipment to practice yesterday and has been upgraded to limited on the injured list. It means there's a chance he could play Saturday when Hamilton hosts Edmonton. Wooden has 3 kick and punt return touchdowns this season. He's been sidelined since he suffered a shoulder injury on August the 7th. The Argos say quarterback Nick Arbuckle will miss the next 2 to 4 weeks with a calf injury, so Jarrett Dagey is going to start Friday night at home versus Montreal. The New York Rangers have named 32-year-old forward JT Miller the 29th captain in franchise history. The Bulldogs and the city of Brantford have announced a multi-year naming rights agreement that will see the Brantford District Civic Center renamed the TD Civic Center.
6:12, it's the 17th morning of September already, Wednesday, and we're looking at traffic first of all, then we'll get to our important forecast for what's coming up. We're looking at no problems here. It's just getting a little bit busier. The 403 and Waterdown Road, that's one of our exclusive cameras doing fine there. Let's go into St. Catharines, check what's happening. QEW at Welland is doing fine, so nothing there. Millen Road, Stony Creek will advance to east of Brant, so Toronto-bound lanes coming towards us. Same here east to Royal Windsor Drive, and at Dixie, no problems at all, so nothing on the highways so far this morning. Get to our temperature. That is starting to fluctuate a little bit. We were 13 last hour. We've now bumped up to 14 degrees. Winds are light. Relative humidity isn't as high as it's been for the past number of days. We've been at 100% relative humidity, but this morning we're at 87. The sky right now is partly cloudy. For school today, 25 will be the forecast high for today. Factor in the humidity. It's going to feel like 30, but we're going to have the blue skies and the sunshine for the day today. Air quality risk, not quite as good as it has been for the past number of days. It's in the moderate risk category for the day today, both morning and afternoon. Low pressure off the east coast, another one to the west of us, so it's a little bit of a squeeze play, but we're still going to hang on to that sunshine. Tomorrow, there's a slim chance of a shower in some areas. Halton, Peel, Toronto, Guelph, and Kitchener could get a shower. The rest of the Horseshoe, no, it's going to be fairly sunny. But today, temperatures 24, 25 degrees, 27 Cayugas, Brantford, and Simcoe. But yeah, a gorgeous day with the sunshine. Humidex a little higher today than yesterday. Tonight, 13 and 14 for, well, around the lake, but 10 and 9 a little bit further away from the lake. The sky will be clear. And then tomorrow, another sunny day, but warmer, 28 to 27 degrees. Hamilton through Niagara, but a little bit cooler for Burlington, 28, 27. But there's that slim chance of a shower. It's only 30% for the afternoon tomorrow in those areas. So as you step out the door, 17th of September, the sky now is partly cloudy. The winds are light, temperature sitting at 14. We'll look long range, of course, in a few minutes for you. Annette, Rick.
Okay, right after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily, who has a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And in business news, what economists expect as the Bank of Canada and U.S. Federal Reserve release their interest rate decisions today. 6:17 right now. We say good morning to Emily with a preview of Chit Chat.
Good morning. Well, coming up, we are going to be talking about the lineup for Coachella 2026, sorry, forgot what year we were in, 2026.
Next year's.
Yeah. That's been announced. Matthew McConaughey and America Ferrera star in a new drama inspired by the events of the devastating 2018 Camp Fire in Paradise, California. And later on this morning, the Ancaster Fair returns this weekend, and we'll speak to a country artist who will be performing at the festival.
Okay, thanks very much. We look forward to that. Okay, in overseas trading this morning, the Canadian dollar is down 11 basis points to 72.68 cents U.S. Gold is down more than $22 an ounce, and crude is 40 cents lower at $63.76 a barrel. Checking midday trading in Europe, markets up right across the board with really big gains in Frankfurt.
Over in Asia, markets were down in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. On North American markets, the TSX lost 116 points yesterday on Wall Street. The Dow dropped 125, and the Nasdaq slipped 15 points. U.S. stock futures are flat in pre-market trading ahead of interest rate decisions today.
Let's get right into that because the Bank of Canada is set to announce its latest interest rate decision, with markets widely expecting a quarter-point cut. The move would see the benchmark rate lowered to 2.5% after 3 straight holds at 2.75%. Comes a day after StatsCan showed that inflation in Canada was up another 1.9% in August, slightly higher than July, but less than what economists had forecast. And the U.S. Central Bank also expected to reduce its interest rates today for the first time since December. This comes with the hopes that Donald Trump's tariffs might have a limited impact on U.S. inflation. Mounting signs of labor market weakness are a key reason that the U.S. Federal Reserve is expected to lower borrowing costs for the first time in 9 months.
A salmonella outbreak linked to salami and cacciatore that sickened dozens of people in several provinces appears to be over. The Public Health Agency of Canada reports 90 confirmed salmonella cases, with 10 resulting in hospitalizations. Alberta had the most, with 69 of the cases, followed by Ontario with 19, and Manitoba and BC with 1 each. More than 65 salami and cacciatore products were recalled after making people sick between mid-April and early August.
Soon, Ben & Jerry's ice cream might be just Ben's. Co-founder Jerry Greenfield has officially stepped away from the ice cream brand after 47 years. It's because of a growing rift with the company that bought Ben & Jerry's 25 years ago, Unilever. At the time, the deal promised that the brand would keep its social mission. Greenfield says that commitment is gone. He and fellow co-founder Ben Cohen recently asked Unilever to spin off Ben & Jerry's so it could operate independently. Unilever declined that and denies it's trying to silence the pair.
So only Ben's.
Only Ben's.
Okay, gonna have to get used to that. Gonna take a quick break right now. Brian is gonna return with traffic and your 7-day weather forecast. Good morning.
6:23 is the time on this Wednesday morning. All set for another beautiful day. Let's get into it. Let's look at the highways here. Here's the 406 just south of the QEW, so you can see the QEW way in the distance there. But both highways are doing fine through there. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. This is on the Burlington side. This time you can see how slow it's getting going down toward North Shore Boulevard. We're getting volume all the way through toward Brant Street. East of 4th looks good. Nothing at Sheraton going through Mississauga. The 403 at Dundas, Toronto bound towards us. A little bit busy, but still moving okay. Temperatures right now fairly consistent. We bumped up a degree from last hour, now sitting at 14 for Hamilton. Grimsby, Mississauga, 16 into Toronto right now. We'll talk seasonals for this time of year. Well, 10 for the overnight low now and 20 for the daytime high. We're beating that right now, and we'll beat the daytime high again today. Those are our sun times. Yep, doesn't come up till 7:01 now. and records for today. We will see the sun today throughout the day. 16 for the first bell for school and 25, that's the forecast high for after school. But that forecast high of 25 will feel like about 30 when you factor in the humidity. 13 overnight tonight, clear. Tomorrow 28, feeling like 33. So that's another little taste of summer before it really cools off as we get toward the weekend. 21 degrees and sunny. Well, you call it a sunny sky. I mean, it's just a little bit of white fluffy clouds every now and then, but 21 degrees. Saturday and Sunday, the Ancaster Fair is coming up. Now, my recollection for being an Ancaster for so long is it rains every weekend for the, but no, look at this. 18 on Saturday, sunny and 23 on Sunday. Beautiful. Monday, it's when fall arrives, we get into chance of showers. Temperatures 25 and 23 for Tuesday. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, archaeologists are puzzled over a stone formation that's been found at the bottom of Lake Michigan. It was discovered in 2007.
The arrangement resembles other ancient stone circles found around the world, including England's Stonehenge and Japan's Oyu stone circles. Researchers believe the site could date back thousands of years, possibly used as a hunting lane when the lake was dry. The exact location is being kept secret to prevent disturbance as experts continue to seek funds to investigate what could be one of North America's oldest human-made structures. That is fascinating.
Cool.
Yeah.
And of course, it wasn't always underwater, right?
No. But how did they find this? In the bottom of Lake Michigan?
I don't know. Scuba diving.
I guess so.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool with an elephant.
Look at that. My gosh.
Very neat.
Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. That is fascinating.
Very neat.
Wow.